Hey tubers, Bart coming at you with a mail day. Kind of piled up a little bit. Didn't want to post anything while I was doing those submission reveal videos, and then I was out of town for a week. So got some stuff piled up. And there's a couple in here from PWCC that were just sitting in their vault, and I finally had them send them to me. So, first up, my Terps. Won an ugly one with Northwestern, so we're bowl eligible at 6-2, so that's pretty sweet. Niners got fucking mollywopped today. I don't want to say it was quite as bad as the score, but it kind of was, because we just gave up at the end, and then they ran up the fucking score once we knew it wasn't there. So that was ugly, but is what it is. Shout out to the Phillies for going to the World Series. I got the Stros and the Yanks on the tube right now, and that just kicked off, so we'll see how it goes. Doesn't look good, though. Houston up 3-0. 3-0 in the series, so we'll see. But continue with my replenishment of Hall of Fame of football rookies there. Got the Willie Davis in an 8. Future one there. Got the Roethlisberger, and good deal on this one, I thought. And the PSA 9, the Chrome. Just a little off top to bottom, but no biggie. Some Raws thrown in here. I don't think I'm going to send them anytime soon, but got a Cam Jordan. He's 100 plus sacks. Charvarius Ward. He's our cornerback now. This is his one rookie there from Unparalleled. Got smoked today, though. Jeez. He was having a good year. Picked up. Let's see if we can get that to shine a little bit better. This is the 97 Finest Common Refractor. Yeah, that is not showing up at all. You can see a little bit there. Once I free it from that coating, it'll probably look a lot better there. But happy to pick that one up finally. I've just been in a watch list for dang near ever. You know how that goes. Eventually I just get myself around to pulling the trigger. Trent Williams. I got a gold, and it was way off center out of 99. So this is a red out of 449. So not nearly as short printed, but if I get one graded of him, I want it to be red or gold. Let's see. Yankees just got a hit, scored one. They're up by 1. Another Cam Jordan there. Stephon Gilmore. This thing is way off center, so they took a real nice photo in the eBay, and so this border looks a lot more even than that one in this angle, and then when you look at it straight up, you're like, you got me. And that happens from time to time. I know that trick, and so I try to keep track of it, but they got me. I didn't realize it was quite as extreme. Check this beauty out. 1956 Lenny Moore, Hall of Fame rookie. Never actually owned this one before, so this is pretty cool, even though I used to be 90+% done with his registry, or for the Hall of Fame registry. Never had the Lenny Moore. It does have a black print line that goes across right here. Doesn't seem like they killed the grade for it too much. It takes a second glance to see if it's you want to say, like, is that a pen that somebody just, but it's a perfect line, and it stops a couple of times, so it's clearly just a print line, but only easy to tell right when your face is in it, but just beautiful color and everything, so really happy with that one. And the price was definitely right. It's a buyer's market. It's just, man, can't buy everything, right? A sweet deal on this. Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger PSA 10. Got that for like $30. He's a potential future Hall of Famer for safeties, because that's not a strong pool of people. I need to pull this one out because this ain't too sexy. But JPP, he's about to hit 100 sacks for a career, surprisingly. So I picked one of those up, just the raw one. years I hadn't picked this up. I had seen a couple of them here and there. Never really cared to pick up a 9. This is for the Super Bowl 16 49ers set. This was our starting tight end back then in 1981. And for whatever reason, just never found this card, never pulled the trigger. Finally won at auction, because normally they're just bins. And normally they're like $30 at a bin or something. I think I won this for $6.80 or something at auction. So that's pretty awesome just to fill that. That was one last little slot I needed to fill in that registry set. I like this one more in person than I thought I would, but I have so many others for the 49ers rookies, and I saw this, I figured I'd pick it up. So this is the Y.A. Tittle 50 Bowman reprint from 2001. Pretty cool card. Obviously much bigger than the real deal. I do this from time to time. PSA 10 Fred Warner's. Did not have a great game today. Missed a couple of coverages, I think, that cost us pretty significantly. But Trey Greenlaw was out, so his right-hand man was out as far as linebacking core. But right now, this is a Pop 8 PSA 10. And this is his primary rookie, obviously. He's a first-team All-Pro and a... oh, man. And a Pro Bowler. He might get another Pro Bowl out of it this year as well. I'm going to show this now that I'm looking at it. Look how much black border on the bottom there is. One versus... Oh, that doesn't show it. In hand, this black border's got about 20% more on the bottom than the other. And they're both PSA 10s. But anyway, those are Pop 8. There's 2 more right there. I thought the price was right on both of those. 2 different listings. I got them for the same price. And I already had one because I graded one myself. So Pop 8, and I got 3 of them. I do that. I got 2 of George Kittle's primary rookie in PSA 10, even though they're low pop. Topps Chrome Patrick Willis. I got a couple of those in PSA 10. So I have a tendency to do that. And that way, if they ever just go nuts, I could sell one, make the profit, and not feel bad about it at the same time because I got multiples. Pick this up. Jack Tatum from 73. Not a future Hall of Famer, just kind of an all-time great in his own regard. Probably shouldn't have picked that up, but I was feeling it at the time. And then definitely an all-timer. I think he's in the, 100th anniversary, all-time defense, all kinds of things. I think he's a first ballot Hall of Fame as well. So Mike Haynes, nice PSA 8. I think that's what I got for you. I got some care packages to get together, but I usually set those aside. And it usually takes me about a month or so to push those out. So I'll get to them when I get to them. Most of those will be surprises anyway, but if I have asked or am going to ask for your address, don't expect that thing like 2 days after I ask for it or anything like that. But yeah, that's what I got for you. Got another sub sitting at PSA. It's a much smaller one, 61, and I got 2 other folks in it with me. So maybe 40, 45 of the cards are mine. Just a little randomness, and they're all a little bit older, but that's in step 6 of 8, so it hasn't moved nearly as fast as the more modern ones that I already showed and everything. But looking forward to that as well. It's buyer's market at auctions, folks. Auctions, get after the auctions. Folks are not willing to take those L's at bin prices still, so they're just, the bins are for a lot of cards are just still off the charts. They're still trying to sell them, a lot of them for peak time, but auctions are doing great. So get after it. And speaking of which, I wanted to give 2 shout outs. I know a lot of people aren't into PWCC, but anybody that does do PWCC, they have an app now, and the bidding is a lot easier on that. I still think that PWCC has a bit of shield bidding that goes on. I don't ever bid for the upper echelon of items that are on PWCC. I get these type of cards, and I always find great deals with that. So I still do it, and it was a pain in the ass. It takes a long time to load everything on a page on the computer, but the app does pretty well there. Paying for things and stuff is still a little squirrely with that, just because it doesn't show you all the information quite as well on online. But the next one I wanted to give out shout out to was there was an app called NextGem. And I hope I'm getting that right, but I can't look it up because it's on my phone right now. But pretty sure it's NextGem, and it's kind of like they're trying to make it like a card social media app, where you take a picture of your card, you can put some data behind it, whatever it is. You can say it's for sale, or you can just say this is part of my collection. People can hype the card or whatever. I'm not too worried about that. It's kind of neat for people to click on that, but that's no different than Instagram. But what is good, and why I want to give a shout out to it, is for folks that don't have scanners. I'm a PSA registry guy, so I like to have photos of the cards. And I have a scanner, but this thing does take some very good photos. So what you do is it has some software in it or whatever. You take a picture of the front and the back through the app, and it knows if it's got everything that it needs to in the card. It'll tell you, hey, level it out a little bit more or something like that. It changes colors when you do everything properly. And then it runs it through some software, and it cleans the picture up very significantly, crops everything out in the background, so you just see the card itself, no extra BS. And it does that for the front and the back. And it'll take a minute or two to finish itself, if that makes sense, but you can just keep loading more, and it'll just keep grinding through all of them. And the photos come out fantastic, so I'm just giving a recommendation for that there. It's a great use if you want to use it just to load pictures up in a PSA, or put them on some other thing, because you can just take the picture right off of there. You don't need to crop it or anything. But also you can use it for eBay or whatever like that. So if you don't have a scanner, because I know if you just take regular pictures, there's a lot more glare and things like that. This cuts a lot of that stuff out. So I thought it was pretty cool. I'm sure there's sharper apps than that one, but when you'll wrap it all in, and I can share that, get a good photo, and people are hyping it up, and kind of have a little bit of PC just showcase through that or something like that. I thought it was cool, so I figured I'd give it a shout out. So that's what I got for you. Now I'm rambling a little bit too much at 12:50, but thanks for watching. Happy Sunday. Let's have a good week out there. Later.